Hi, I'm Dora from Kyla's, and today on our quick fix we're going to do a halibut, fresh halibut with a tomato caper sauce. We're going to start with, I have just one fillet here, which the recipe is for 4, but I'm only doing 1 fillet now. And just spray your pan and place your nice fresh halibut in there. Meanwhile, preheat your oven to 350, and what I'm going to do is I'm using Grey Poupon Dijon mustard. The mustard has everything that I would use for the fish, but I found that by using the mustard, it already has the salt, the wine, the spices, everything in it. So for each fillet, I'm using a teaspoon of the mustard, and what I'm going to do is just brush it evenly through the fish. This will give it a nice flavor, a pretty color to the fish, and you don't have to do any other spices to it. It'll be all set for you. Now, meanwhile, my oven's been on, and I already have one piece that I have started here, one fillet. And we're going to go into our second step, which is tomato sauce. And our tomato sauce, we're going to add a couple tablespoons of our extra virgin olive oil, and we're using today California chopped fresh garlic. And what we're going to do is, to that oil, a teaspoon of garlic. Make sure that you kind of stir it around so you won't burn your garlic. A little hot, so I'm going to pull it to the side, and meanwhile I'm just going to dice my tomatoes. I have a couple of Romas. Roma has a nice firm texture to it, so it won't break up and mush it up. If you don't have fresh tomatoes, then you can always use canned stewed tomatoes. But at this time, we still have nice tomatoes out there. I'd suggest to use fresh tomatoes. And you just dice it small, like probably a ½ inch piece. And this all can be prepared ahead of time. You can prepare it and put it in your fridge, waiting for your fish to be done. So now that we have our garlic starting to turn brown, we're going to add our diced tomatoes to our skillet. It's sizzling quite hot. Move it a little, and I'm also using capers. It's a paisana company, the same as the garlic. I've got 1 teaspoon of capers here, and you just toss it all together. Just let it steam for a little, and while the tomatoes are going, wash my hands. Tomatoes are breaking down nicely. They have a nice flavor. I would be very careful with the salt, because both the capers and your mustard have salt already. That's why I didn't add any salt and pepper, but if you feel that you want to add more, just feel free to go right for it. Now that our halibut has been baked for about 20 minutes, you can tell it's baked if it bounces back. It's a beautiful white flaky fish. And our tomatoes are almost done, which is going to become the tomato caper sauce for our fish. Meanwhile, I cooked before. I have some yellow saffron rice, which also we carry here. It's by Alessi. It's a risotto arborio rice made with Italian arborio rice. Saffron, it's very tasty, and it's a nice complement to this dish. The only other thing I'm going to add to is a squeeze of a half a lime. And our tomato is done. And now you just spoon your tomato over your fish. And it makes a nice presentation and a delicious dish. And here we have a quick halibut tomato caper sauce. Enjoy it.